Hello, I'm back. This is Corey. It's taken me a little while to do my follow up after my surgery, partially because there was some issues that had arisen, a complication that had arisen after the surgery. Uh, I'll just go down the list here and share to you what has transpired so far. The surgery went well. This is back on the 10th of March, Thursday. Today's the 22nd, so it's been a few days, 12 days since. The surgery went well. The recovery, like most recoveries in the recovery room, when you're coming out of it, the nurse is going to make sure that you're coherent before they give you pain meds. So you're a little bit of pain involved, but again, that went fine. I was moved to a room for observation after that. So spent the night Thursday night, overnight to Friday. And then Friday I was released. The complication came where my neck had swollen. Of course, doctor told me that there's different cases with people, how they swell. Some swell quickly. Some they swell up to the third day, they'll continue swelling. Well, when I had gotten home on Thursday, very difficult time swallowing and breathing. Of course, there's Thursday night into Friday. Also trying to control the pain with the pain meds. I had help from my wife and my sister, but I just couldn't open up my airway. I couldn't get a good breath of air. I'd swallow and my throat would stick shut, and I'd have to cough to get my throat to open up. And I couldn't eat anything. I tried to, in fact, I tried to swallow some pudding, and then it stuck in my throat, and I aspirated it. And then at that point, I had Thursday afternoon, I started to develop a fever. So Thursday night, my wife took me into the emergency room. When I got in there and explained my situation, my oxygen level was low. I couldn't breathe. Again, couldn't swallow. They took me back into a room and assessed me and checked me into the ICU ward. So now at this point, they were trying to see what it's going to take to get my airway back open again and to get me to be able to swallow again. And you can see the incision right there. The surgery itself went well, and the swelling has gone down quite a bit, but still I am having trouble with the dysphagia. They brought in a vocal therapist or a speech therapist of sorts, and they were talking to me about, trying to relearn me or help me how to swallow. They at one point were going to put a tube through my nose down my stomach to feed me, because as of Thursday I hadn't had anything to eat. Now, by now it's Saturday into Sunday, and I still haven't been able to address, being able to swallow or breathe very well. They put me on steroids for the swelling. Let me explain to you what they're telling me I had. Dysphagia is where you can't swallow. You have to retrain yourself to swallow. So how it feels now, it constantly feels like somebody is pinching my larynx or something's up against the back of my throat, and it affects the way I talk. To swallow, I have to lean forward and do a deliberate swallow now. Whatever it is that I eat, they say I should be eating soft foods, which I do, but other foods that takes a little chewing, have a glass of water to wash it down, to help wash it down, and I'm actually doing okay right now, but it still hasn't gone away totally. I still have difficulty swallowing. I can't sit back. When I lean back and try to swallow, I'll kind of choke. I have to deliberately think about, what I'm doing. I go in to see my regular doctor tomorrow to talk to him about this also too. And again, it's slowly getting better, I think. I don't have 100% of my voice back, but as far as the ICU goes, after the Sunday night of the ICU, they moved me into another room. And at that room, they finally assessed me, and they I was able to swallow food. I was able to eat food to show them that I can swallow and I can breathe and I can, do that. So they finally did release me. So now at this point forward, I just have to work on this. I really don't know what to expect. I've lost about 15. Well, no, I was about 170. I weigh about 155 now. And a lot of that I'll gain back because that's just because they weren't feeding me. I really didn't get to start eating again until last Monday. But we'll see how things go from here. And just to recap, I went in for a 4-disc fusion, an ACDF fusion from C3 to C7. It's a big fusion, and I've been asked, can I feel it? I don't know if I feel it or not, but I do feel like I've had people tell me that with ACDF, they feel like something's stuck in the back of their throat or something they can't swallow for a couple weeks. So I'll take that into consideration also, because it does kind of feel like something is stuck back there. But, there's a couple of times already where I had a hunk of chicken that looked real good, I put it in my mouth, figured I can work this through, I'll chew it, I'll masticate it, I'll work it through it, and I'm chewing it and I have a glass of water and I'm washing it down and I take a little swallow and now it's stuck there and I still have food in my mouth and next thing you know, I'm in the bathroom, I'm spitting everything back out into the toilet and gagging and coughing and just trying to get a breath of air, and freaking out the family. And it's like it being methodical, I stop and I clear up enough air or, opening to get my breath. Once I can get my breath, I can think clear and I think straight. But after it was all done and over, it scared the bejesus out of me. So I got to remember I can't push the point. This is quite an experience. So I will give you updates as time goes on. This is relatively short. Again, my point of view is the surgery served its purpose. I don't have any tingling. I wake up in the morning and sit on the edge of my bed and I'm going, geez, my neck feels, great. My arms, they don't tingle, no numbness in my fingertips. This is fantastic. So that served its purpose. It worked. It's just the secondary deal that, of course, you don't expect or didn't expect. I'll just have to see what time brings me. Also, I've noticed, too, I was afraid that after this fusion, I'd walk around with a stiff neck couldn't move anything. Well, I still have pretty good movement left and right and up and down. Looking down, it's another story. It's it's hard to look down, so there's that. But I guess most of that pivoting that you get is up in your upper, like C1, 2, and 3, to be able to move back and forth. I'm glad of that. That was a pleasant surprise. So I will update, hopefully maybe within the next couple of weeks to a month. And I hope this helps everybody. I hope it helps somebody that are facing with this issue that they're going to have to go through themselves. So thank you.